Alright guys, kind of a weird time to do a video, but I was going over the count, so might as well. I'm going over the ultra bearish count because when I look at QQQ, I think that there's definitely more downside. And so with that being said, if there's more downside for QQQ, then we know that Tesla is probably not going to do what I said in the last video. Last video, I had this as an expanded flat come up here to 400. But if we look at QQQ, it's clearly in an impulse and likely in a C wave down. It's probably in a third wave. So now we gotta pivot and look at what the bear move possibilities are on Tesla. So when we look at Tesla here, I've seen some people on Twitter saying 275, 200 DMA. And before, I was just like, there's no way we're at the bottom of the standard deviation. But I want to take into account, let's just say that we are actually in an impulse here. And so I decided to look and see if that's possible. Here's what it would look like. Wave 1 down, wave 2 retrace. We know it can't be just a 5-wave move here because this is an ABC move. This does go past the 1.61 fib here. And then we come back up here. So the only way this can work is if it's a nested move. So we have wave 1, wave 2. This would have to be a wave 1 of the third wave. This would have to be wave 2 of the third wave. Let's draw a parallel line and just see what happens. This breaks the parallel line. That would be where the third wave would end. I did notice this too. It hits the 1.61 fib and bounces. So on this right here, it's like, what is this? I think that this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. And then this right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go down here like the 30-minute, you can see it better, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Going on the smaller time frames is kind of pointless when I already know that that's likely going to be the third wave for the bear count. So now let's draw a parallel line from this first wave to the third wave. And we broke halfway through. This would be the fourth wave. And we have an impulse going on here. So if this is a 5-wave move to the downside, let's just see how far this would projected to be going to. 295. Remember that 316 is a line in the sand. So next week, if we break 316, this is not an ABC move. And I'm wrong on this move right here. This is a 5-wave move. It's going much lower. One thing that I didn't like before that I should have, caught before was the fact that this was 15 days down, this is 15 days up, and then 15 days takes us to like right here. And then we come down lower to February 12th. So I will say that actually favors the downside move. I'm still going to be watching this count for a B wave higher. But if this bear count were to work out, since the market is likely to go back down more, it would look like this. That would just be wave 5. We would likely bounce to like 315, 320. And then we would get a 5th wave down to 275. Now, why 275? Because that is the only support we have for moving averages now. We're below every moving average, even the 100-day. That is the next support. And on the weekly, we're below the 20. Next support's at 260. So this count is looking more and more like it makes a lot of sense. But more than anything, this video is just about, being aware of this. Because I told you to buy call options at 340. So I'm alerting you a couple dollars below just in case it happens, you can close them out for a small loss. I'm in them too, and I would immediately, if we get this move down, Let's zoom in here. This would be the count on the smaller time frame. 1, 2. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd likely be in a fourth wave. Probably going to be in a fourth wave on Monday. And then we would get a fifth wave down. That fifth wave, it doesn't have to go all the way down to 295 as projections. I would probably be looking for at least that 1.61 fib around 316 with the possibility of 295 if the market really sells off. So just be aware of that, because if you're not aware of that and you're just focused on one count, that's when you blow up your account. And I added bullish position today, took off some bearish positions. I did buy a few puts before the close based on the moving averages that I'm willing to lose because I have such a bullish delta right now. But I just wanted to make you aware of this count. Here's something that's interesting too. If we go back out here and we know what the moving averages are looking like, look at these gaps. There's a gap at 256 and 218. Back here, you're like, okay, those will get filled eventually, but not right now. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Well, if we come down here to 275, or let's say we come all the way down here to 250, look at this. This would be the A wave. And this would take us 275. We could go back up here to 450 and then come down here to 256. Or let's just say we come all the way down here to 255 and we come down here to 218 after we retrace back up here to 410. So we are going to hit the 400 level still, but if this bear count were to work out, it would be a while. It would probably take into early March for this to finish, and then we'd be looking at probably like 2.5 months into the summer for a retrace probably into that event that Tesla has. And then it would look like this down, and then that would be the fourth wave of a diagonal, and then we would get up. So anyway, that's what I wanted to go over today, the bear count that is possible. Keep an eye on that early next week. You want to be aware of that. If we get a bounce early in the week, it could be a fourth wave. If we get a big bounce, though, the invalidation is going to be, if we can get back up here above like 350, I'd feel pretty comfortable that this is still what I said in the last video, which was A, B, C up here to like 370, 380. So Monday morning will be very, very important. Let's see what happens. Just want to make you guys aware. Couple dollars under where you would have bought if you followed my recommendation for buying call options. That's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video.